Today we're talking about weight loss and my personal weight loss transformation story, going from 295 pounds to 168 pounds, and the 8 habits I quit to finally lose that fat. So we start the week off, and we want to have a good healthy week. And by the weekend, we're in a caloric surplus. Now, I did that for years. I was obese, clinically obese. I was going to the hospital, A&E, accident and emergency, and the doctor was saying to me, your weight is responsible for the DVT. I had a DVT in my leg, a deep vein thrombosis, and so, I had to make some serious health changes. So that was the habit that I had to ditch, of starting over. One meal that turns into, it's just one meal and it turns into a bad day. You've been there yourself. Everybody has. And it turns into a bad weekend. And before you know it, it's a bad week. And that turns into a month. And then you just keep starting over. I know because I've been there. And I can tell you that's a habit that you have to ditch. The habit of starting over if you want to do your weight loss transformation. You're sort of conditioned to look at the bathroom scales every day. And what happens is you go into a negative loop of not seeing progress on the bathroom scales. And the food industry, they want you to not see that, because then you feel negative and you do essentially self-harm. You do negative eating. So one of the ways that you can stop them making you overeat is by not allowing yourself to be programmed to go on the bathroom scales every single day. Progress pictures, how your body looks in pictures, how your body looks with your clothes off, how you feel with your clothes on, clothes that were too tight and now you're able to wear them. Your bodily measurements, your chest circumference, your biceps, your waist and hip circumference, these measurements going down. That's the true measure of a transformation, not a pair of bathroom scales that are never going to show you any progress on a day-to-day basis. I will be in ketosis for months and I'll have wind literally just once a day, for instance, if at all, just no wind. Then I'll have all the high carb foods. Christmas is a good example. And the wind is incessant. But it could just be on one instance. Recently, I watched the football. We're in the World Cup now. England were playing and I had all the crisps and all the popcorn and all this other stuff. The wind happened that very day. So it's absolutely the case for me personally. The side effects, the negative side effects, happen with the carbs. So that habit for me of not having carbs, going low carb, going into ketosis, that habit was a game changer for me, eliminating the bad side effects and obviously accelerating the fat loss. If you want to know more about ketosis, I've got the 101, the skinny in my book, Quick Easy Keto. It's a new book. It's my first book. It's out now on Amazon. Just type in Quick Easy Keto. There's also 100 low carb recipes in there. It's a very competitive price at the moment because I've just released it. So get onto that on Amazon, Quick Easy Keto. But back to this, the next thing that I had to give up, and it was a serious thing that I had to give up, because you have the window of food when you're eating. And this window, if it's too big, means you're going to be eating too much. So I'll be up late, I'll be bored, I'm single, there's no love life, I've got no love interest. And so there's a chasm in my life, boredom, no love. And I'm trying to fill that chasm with comfort eating. That's the term that's out there, with just eating because I'm bored, boredom eating. Problem with this is it's always happening late at night. That late night eating was something that kept me fat. I'm sure of it. We have to be honest with each other. If you've had food at 10 p.m., 9 p.m., midnight, 1 in the morning, how can you do any activity to mitigate that intake of calories? You can't. What's the next thing you're going to do? Well, you're going to have a sugar crash, as we talked just now in the low carb. When we were talking about low carb, you're going to have a sugar crash and then fall asleep. And then all of those extra calories just goes to your waistline, just goes to more fat on your body. It's a vicious cycle. Eating late, having more calories, going to sleep, and then getting fatter, gaining weight. Now, some people can drink alcohol occasionally and do a weight loss transformation. They can have the occasional glass of wine. But I would say to you, think about it, calories in alcohol, pretty high. Inhibitions, when you drink alcohol, they get lowered. Pretty lethal combination for gaining weight. Now, if something's a lethal combination for gaining weight, do you want to keep that in your routine? Do you want to keep that as a habit? I found that when I ditched that as a habit, I made progress. When you go low carb, you find that you're only going for single item foods. It's not that you're looking for single item foods. It's that because you're going low carb, you're counting how many carbs are in the foods. And when you turn over those packs, you see that most of the things are loaded with sugar. Your gut health will be majorly improved by removing the processed foods. And if your gut health is improved, your metabolism is going to be improved. The way that your body gets energy, shuttling the nutrients to your muscles, that's going to be improved. Everything is going to be improved when you ditch the processed food. The drinkable calories, the milk, the juice, the alcohol, the tea, the sugar in tea, sugary drinks, the cordials. We exclude those. We don't even really calculate them properly. And you're having a lot of those and you don't even realize you're having more calories. Also, the sauces. These added sauces are very high in calories and you don't fully weigh them. You don't weigh the mayonnaise, for instance. Mayonnaise is super high in calories. And it's this lack of calorie counting fully, properly, not loosely. It's this lack that is a habit. If you start your day by consuming calories, how's the rest of your day going to go? You're probably going to consume more calories. By the end of the day, you've consumed a lot of calories. What has to give? Well, the time has to give. If you have a limit of calories for the whole day, eating early is not going to help you stay within that limit of the calories, the calorie ceiling. No excuses. It's a mindset, whatever it takes.
I don't have time to do the activities I need to do to work out, get the steps in. I don't have
time. That's an excuse. You don't have time to do the steps that you need to do the activities you need to do so that you can, be in a caloric deficit that day so you can lose the fat. You don't have time. That's your health.
Make time.
And that same principle is applied to everything. No excuses. Whatever it is that you need to do it. Don't make excuses.